try this again. Oh my God! Why? Okay. Thank you.
What up? Look,
Why you moving?
I'm with the force, guys. I'm with the universe.
If you get cut off again, that's a wrap.
I'm sorry. Wait, because those things I was trying to sit on, it was too high. I felt short for a second, and I'm tall as fuck. You know, so I found an easy level one. Look at this. Now I can sit. Oh yes, my leg hurts.
Oh my God.
What's up?
Such a day. What's up, everybody? Talking impromptu session with my boy Jay, the MMA fighter. You can talk shit with us. You got something to say it. Or forever hold your peace.
No, don't hold your peace, guys. Just say it. Don't hold back.
Jay, thanks for being here, man. It's always a fun time being with you.
I know, thank you. I feel like a regular, like I said earlier, but sorry for anybody that didn't hear that part. It's just that, you know, I was doing some errands. If I don't work, I have to do errands. And when I work, I still got to do errands after. I'm just a busy guy, you know?
I definitely feel.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but I'm with nature, guys. I'm with the universe. So yeah, I wanted to do the show because me and BMF Goddess got something in common, which is we deal with, you know, families that don't respect our friends, don't respect us, like we have families that got different mindset of what the world should be, and that's why like the name is being rebellious with them. And all my life, I feel like I've always been the black sheep of my family. And if you guys see me moving a lot, it's because I'm scratching because there's a lot of fucking mosquitoes around me. But I have to stay still before this show. So I'm sacrificing for y'all. I'm sacrificing a lot for y'all right now. But, so, yeah, that's the reason I want to talk about it. Because, you know, I'm dealing with, you know, I don't want to put this person on the spot, but I do want to dedicate the show to my girl because, you know, we all dealing with families that they want to see their way only, or they, like, you know, they don't respect at least one person's life, you know, especially me. You know, I deal with that with my father's side of the family for so many years. And on my mom's side, not so much. You know, they actually do respect my freedom. They respect my choices. They've always been supportive. But I understand from you, especially that you've been telling me for years, you know, especially after the passing of your mom, things hasn't gotten better. And I think it's just sick because I feel like when there's a passing, I think families should be stronger and be together more. You know?
Right, I agree. In my case, my mom was it. I'm alone in the world. It is what it is.
It is what it is, you know.
But I know you have to deal with your situation every day.
Oh, no, I do, all the time. Like, for instance, like this next Saturday is going to be a wedding that my cousin's having. They canceled the wedding twice. You know, we were supposed to have it last year, but, you know, with the whole pandemic happened, it had canceled. And then they thought they were going to do it again in November. But then that's when they started coming up with the vaccine. So they just wanted to make sure everybody was vaccinated. So they decided to move the date to this month of August. And they got very disrespectful with my dad. You know, me and my dad are struggling right now, looking for a new home, looking for a new apartment. We're doing everything. We're dealing with realtors. We're dealing with apps that finds us home, finds us apartment. And guess what? We're not having any luck what we want to find, because right now, as anybody knows, in New York City, apartments are expensive, you know? So we're trying as much as we can, and all they care about is the fucking wedding, you know? And it made me feel very, very angry because, like, it's always about them. That was one thing about my dad's side of the family. It was always about them. And even though people say, oh, but they're still your family. And I posted it on my Facebook, just because we're blood doesn't mean I gotta tolerate your ass. Doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean I gotta keep letting a habit, what people get confused is when you have a habit and you have a cycle, it continues and continues until you put your foot down. You know, it won't stop until you fight back. That's why I'm proud to be a warrior. I'm proud to be a martial artist because as a fighter, we fight back when we feel like our back is against the wall. But that's just not just in fighting in cage. It's fighting in life. In life, when your back is against the wall, it doesn't matter who it is, family or not, you need to learn that they're not going to stop until you fight back. And that was the thing about my family. And the situation with my girl is understandable, but at the same time, like, can I just say that it's kind of hypocritical in a way because they could get, like for instance, look, my dad would tell me all the time, I don't want to get remarried because I want to have my own place. I want to live on my own. That's understandable. But I want you happy. You know, I want you to grow old with someone. You don't need to wait because I'm here. Like, no, man. Like, I'll help you get your own place. Like, tell me what you need for help. No one can do that. You know, no one can do that but your own child. If you got the support of your own child, that means they're ready to see you happy. It's not about, like, you know, my dad would joke around, oh, my son will get jealous if I get remarried. No, that's not true. I just don't want you to pick the wrong bitch. There's a huge difference. There's a difference of you pick the wrong bitch, and guess what? You know what? My sister has that tendency with me too. She always tells me like, oh, you sometimes pick the wrong girls, blah, blah, blah. But then that's when you have to stop that. You have to stop that. They have to learn how to trust you. Just like in a relationship. You know, a relationship, your man has to learn how to trust you when you do your thing. You have to learn how to trust your man when he does his own thing. Same thing with family. That family has to have that relationship. That you have to learn how to trust and support that person. It's not just about you. It has to be equally. And this is the thing that people tend to forget. They tend to forget that once you give respect, you get respect. You're only getting the respect, but you're not giving it back. How do you expect to be respected?
Absolutely.
So, it's a hypocritical thing that we go through with families, and people that, if you agree with this, you can write in the question why I want to do the show with BMF Goddess, because she's one of the greatest journalists I've seen. I hope sooner or later her show picks up like Joe Rogan and everybody else, so she don't have to do regular jobs no more. She just gets paid to do what she loves to do. And I'm following her footsteps because I want to be a podcast journalist myself, and like I can make money and do what I love.
Definitely have the knack for it, yeah.
You know, I want to do it to support not just for me, but support my girl, especially that everyone that knows my girl has kids. I want to support them too. You know, just to know that they're always going to get loved by me. And most importantly, and I hate to say this, but I do want this. I do want my family to be respecting me and support me as well. I can't be happy if they're not supporting me. It hurts me because I was always close to them. But for them to be the way they are now, like for instance, I don't want to go to fucking Florida in October for a wedding. And this is my best friend's wedding. This is my brother. And if I'm not going, that's how you know the boundaries was crossed. For me to not feel that support from them, why should I support them? You know? And that's why I wanted to do the show, because I know you're going through the same thing with your sister. I know a lot of personal things is not out there, but I'm not doing this so we can put our personal life out there as a story. I'm putting this in to say everyone, it's okay to do what you love and do what you have to do and do what makes you happy. And if your family doesn't support it, please put this in your mindset that that's not family. And they are not going to support your happiness because they're not happy. I want everyone to understand that, because sooner or later, it's not going to change. People don't think because they're blood related, they're going to change their mind. They're never going to change, because if they were going to change, they would change now. If they don't change now, they're not going to change tomorrow. They're not going to change in a year. They're not going to change in 2, 5, 10, 20 years from now. They're going to stay that way until they're dead. Please.
Definitely shouldn't let it stop you from living your life the way that you want it. I'm a firm believer, and I'm always saying, like, we need to normalize getting rid of toxic people, period. No matter if they're your fucking blood, they could be the fucking Pope. I don't give a shit. If they're toxic for you and your life, you don't need them.
Exactly. Again, guys, if you keep seeing me doing this, okay.
That doesn't mean I don't support, rectifying or fixing family issues. But if there's really no fixing it and it's really making you unhappy, like in my case, it could be a lot of negativity bringing you down type of shit. Don't tolerate it. Live your own life, and if that means, as hard as it is, I know it's painful. It'll always be painful, no matter what. But
exactly,
live your life.
Like, the one thing that me and BM have got is have in common, we don't get along with our siblings. She doesn't get along with her sister, and me and my brother don't get along with our older siblings, our two oldest brothers. Why? Because, and this is the part when I said yesterday, that if a snitch is going to watch this, I hope he does. Because I've been holding this on my chest for a long time. After my birth mother passed away, my whole family from my birth mother's side never been supportive. They never even see if I was alive. And my two oldest brothers didn't even care that their two youngest brothers weren't in pain, losing family, and we didn't have no one to run for. So when I met the biggest snitch, I know one of my cousins is going to tell them, and I don't care, because now the world's going to know that they're not perfect. The world's going to know that they weren't a good sibling. And the one thing I always let people know, when it comes to me hating someone, it's so hard for me to hate them. But when it comes for me to actually deal with people that want to put me down, and especially with blood related, you're not my family anymore. That family is dead. My uncle, my dad's youngest brother, he's not my uncle anymore. I don't even say Theo. I say Orlando. I say his actual fucking government name. Because I need people to understand this. When the disrespect gets to a higher level, don't think it's going to be squashed. That shit's going to die with the animosity. It's going to die with that control they have over you. Because in all honesty, they are never going to respect you no matter what. They're never going to respect you. And this is the thing I always tell people. If you're happy, like for instance, I don't care if you're selling coke, if you're selling fucking heroin. You're supporting your kids, you're happy. I think it's illegal that you're doing that. But as long as there's food and a table for you and your family, I'm never going to judge you because I'm not perfect. Who's going to judge you is the man upstairs, God himself. That's the man that you got to worry about. That's the man that's going to question you when you die. You know? So, for people that are a piece of shit, want to judge and criticize others because they don't like what they're doing, those are the type of people, I'm sorry, don't give them chances because it becomes a cycle. They're going to continue doing the disrespect. They're going to continue judging you until they lose their control.
And for the flip side of that, if you are one of the family members who is very judgmental or likes to critique your other family members, why don't you take a thought one time about how it feels to put the foot on the other shoe, because the shoe on the other foot, because people don't do that. And you know what? Such little advice as that could be crucial to changing your fucking life. If you could simply think about how something could affect another person, how it would feel for you. Your family should be the safe haven, the place where you trust everyone and don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder. That's what family should be. Amen
to that. And that's one thing for sure, I agree 100% because I thought whenever I need a cry for help, I go to my dad's side of the family because I thought they were going to be there for me because they promised my father after my mom died they were going to be there for me. And guess what? They were there for me until it was convenient for them. And I'm going to say that. I don't care if some people will feel some type of way about it. I'm going to speak the truth out because hiding it hasn't been working. Because hiding it just shows that they think, here's the thing that people need to understand. You cannot give family, or even friends, or even a relationship especially, you can't give that person or those people that power that they have control over you. You can't give them that. Because who really has that power to control you is yourself. No one else. For instance, I'm gonna be honest. My mom's family loves certain people, and they didn't like when their kids were dating someone new. You know, they was like, oh no, like you should have never left this guy. But how you know that guy was a good person? How'd you know that? You didn't know what was going on behind closed doors. For instance,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but la cosa número uno is that when you're in a relationship, first of all, you know that person in a way their own fucking parents don't even know them. Okay? So there's no, but we watch the relationship from the outside, that don't mean shit.
I'm gonna put it this way. Never judge a book by its cover. And hopefully, if she ever blocks me and she sees this live, I don't give up.
You never really know the inner workings of somebody else's relationship, but them.
My ex said that her grandmother, God rest her soul, because I love their grandmother too. God rest her soul. She told me that, that the husband that she got now was the sweetest person ever. But guess what he was doing behind closed door? He was whooping her ass, fucking her ass up. Fucking first of all, he was fucking niggas and bitches. So, but how did she die? She died of the memory of seeing how those two were in front of her. And that's something that people should not, they gotta understand that. They gotta understand that there's something behind, like Instagram, over there, they look happy as fuck. And family.
Oh my God.
Did you lose it? Because I thought I was good. You good now?
Stay.
You good? I'm staying still. I'm good. It's because I was getting bit.
You look like Atari, but... or Minecraft.
You know, I was getting bit by flies, guys. I'm getting bit by flies. I think that's gonna happen. A big ass flies. Oh, God, and shit. I watch so many horror movies, guys. I'm sorry, you know. But that's the thing. Like, everybody gotta understand respect is respect, and they gotta understand that never judge a book by its cover. Hey, I don't give a damn.
We can say whatever the hell we want.
I can say.
Fuck that. The BMF is always uncensored.
Fuck what Instagram gotta say. What they gonna do? They gonna fucking bill me for this shit? Hell nah. If they shut the live down, that means they don't like honesty.
This has never happened. I don't understand.
Listen, I said a lot worse shit in
by the way, I know what you're talking about. You know what it is? Instagram does shut the live off, but that's after a certain amount of time. It has nothing to do with what you say.
Well, we're making this podcast a little bit short anyway because, you know, BMF Goddess got something to do after this. And I still got to go home and take a nice shower because, yo, it's hot as fuck over here in New York, yo. I'm guarantee you that. New York is a piece of shit when it comes to the summer.
Musty. Motherfuckers don't shower, have to get on the train and smell people in the AC. Like, shit's annoying.
Yo, facts.
It's that hot.
Fact.
What's up, Laurie?
And by the way, guys, I'm at a trailway where people walk and jog.
Royalty said Jay smells like musty Swiss cheese.
Well, I hear cheese. What's cheese? What's the cheese?
He said you smell like musty Swiss cheese. He's cutting ass right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm done with this. You have anything else to say? All right. While he's cutting out, I'm gonna just close this by saying again, live your life, guys. You do not live your life for others. As difficult as may be, when it comes to people we care about and value their opinions, you only have one life.
I know. My boy did not just said I smell like Swiss cheese right now.
Anytime. Do you really want to spend your life? I'm talking to everybody because you keep cutting out. Do you really want to spend your life living someone else's version of what your life should be? Think about that. And
McDonald's Wi-Fi. Fuck yourself, piece of shit.
I love you guys. Jay, thanks for being here. He'll be back.
Do like a part 2 of this, definitely.